Welcome down to the beach. We are going to be at New Pier for world-class surfing action. It's the Lizzard Surf Pro, brought to you by Lizzard Surfwear, featuring some of the top South African surfers, both male and female. The Lizzard Surf Pro is a welcome stop number 2 on the South African Pro Surfing Tour for 2003. The tour initiating with the Surf Zone Pro down in Cape Town and now arriving at the sunny shores of KwaZulu-Natal, right at the New Pier, Durban, still deemed as one of South Africa's best surfing beaches and no doubt one of the ultimate surf cities in the world. Right, we caught up with John McCarthy, international pro traveller, for his opinion on the Lizzard Pro.
Here we are at the Lizzard Pro. Eh? Surf's pretty shitty. The surfers are going off out there. Really a new level of surfing, I think, has been seen at this event. And very encouraging to see South African surfers performing at such a level. So, yeah, I'm just here to enjoy the action. Eh?
And enjoy the action is really easy because it is really world-class surfing action. We have got Paul Canning and Greg Emsley, who are fresh from the World Championship Tour in 2002. Remember, these two guys have been the two South Africans flying the flag on the international stage of world surfing, and they will feature in this quarterfinal number 1 of the Lizzard Pro. Definitely not boring surfing coming your way with international experience up against possibly the two biggest talents in South African surfing at this stage. Travis Logie, the ISA world champion, Simon Nicholson, one of the international team members, along with Paul Kenny and Greg Emsley, strutting it out in quarterfinal number 1. Surfing action as well in the ladies division. Lizzard Surfwear coming strong into the market with their Lizzie label. We're very happy to put money into ladies surfing. Clean surfing now from Sasha Muller, who ended 6th on the tour last year, up against Sarah Johnson from Warner Beach, just south of Durban. Sarah Johnson has just returned from Hawaii. Lots of experience for her. Clean surfing as well from Jessica Matthews. Jessica Matthews is rated as one of the top up-and-coming girl surfers in all of South Africa's talent pool, up against Tamaris Walters from Durban. Tamaris has been ripping. So we caught up with her to find out what's her secret of success.
I grew up in Richards Bay. I've been surfing there all my life. And then I moved to Durban 5 years ago, where I thought it would be really good to improve my surfing. From then on out, it's a very competitive area here in Durban. All the top surfers from South Africa come from it, so you get recognized by sponsors. The highlights of my career would be surfing in the South African team, the World Games last year in Durban. Our team won. We are currently the world champions in surfing. I came 5th overall, which is a personal best for me. They got Roxy clinics, they've got Red surf clinics, they've got Spider Girl surf clubs. So the labels and sponsors out there are starting to recognize women and start developing them to become competitive surfers. I think a lot of girls, when they start surfing, they're a little bit scared to paddle out and actually sit amongst the guys, because they see quite a bit of aggression, guys dropping in on one another, a couple of swear words, a couple of punches here and there. But in most places, it's not really so. If you have respect for the person on your inside, then they're going to respect you the next time after your next wave.
Well, the girls are proving that they are demanding respect from the guy surfers. The level of surfing internationally by all women, and South Africa is no exception. The level has gone right up the scale. Join us for the ladies final, where our 4 finalists will show us how ladies surfing has improved in leaps and bounds.
The conditions are pretty bad, but yeah, it'll be good. I'm
going to break the other girl's kneecap while we're out there. Then on the waves, I'm going to pull the leashes. And I'm joking. I'm going to try to surf my best and just relax and have a good time.
So a good time is what all these 4 contestants are hoping to achieve for that panel of judges at the Lizzard Surf Pro Ladies Final. 30 minutes and the best 2 rides counting. Opening ride and first blood goes to this young lady. That's Sasha Moller, just coming unstuck. Sasha Moller in screen now with a beautiful off the top. Nice speed and control. Nice length of ride as well. That's what the judges want to see. They're looking for that control. They're also looking for that spray that's flying there from Jessica Matthews. Another powerful turn from Jessica. Surfing all the way through. Nice clean control and a nice bounce. Up and riding Tamaris Walters now. Remember, best 2 rides counting, and this is her second ride in the final. It's going to come in at a massive 7.65 from the judges on the computer system. Good, clean speed and control. Lots of snaps from Tamaris all the way through to the inside. That's what the judges want to see, and that is going to wrap up the final for her. Really, really good surfing from Tamaris Walters. She's been performing excellently over the last couple of seasons, growing in confidence. The girls know that Tamaris has taken it. Jessica Matthews congratulates her, while Sarah Johnston comes out the water realizing that it doesn't always go your way. We caught up with pro surfer Paul Canning and his responsibilities in his career of pro surfing. Paul's been a sponsored surfer for more than a decade, and since he was a grommie growing up on the Bluff beaches, he's been ripping and he's been competing. He knows the responsibilities, he knows the rigor of the World Surfing Tour, and Paul is no stranger to representing surf companies. We caught up with pro surfer Paul Canning for a few of his opinions.
Lizzard is sponsoring me for clothes and accessories, you know, backpacks and you know, wallets and sun cream and all that stuff. And then I've also got Spider Murphy, who shapes my boards. He shapes from town, yeah. Boards are pretty important, you know, because they're built exactly for your weight and how big you are. They're all custom built. And he shapes me probably about 40 boards a year. So, yeah, and his boards have been working really well for me. I've been riding his boards since I was about 10. And they're my 2 main sponsors. Those are the guys that get me on the tour. Yeah, it is important to find a sponsor, but obviously you've got to give, you know, the sponsor, they want their mileage out of you, so you've got to make sure you're always making the magazines and getting the coverage and also doing well in the contest, you know. You've got to make sure it's pretty tough because you've got a contest nearly every weekend and you've always got to be performing, so you've got to make sure you're at the top of your game all the time. It's pretty hard, but the guys are doing it. We travel to about 10 countries in the year, and we go to places like Fiji and Tahiti and all through Europe, Spain, Portugal and France and England and America and Brazil, so it's an incredible amount of traveling, but yeah, you just got to keep at it and move your way up the rankings till you get to the WCT, and you know, it's just keep at it, you know, and keep going for it.
So perseverance and hard work is the formula of success for any pro surfer. Join us for these pro surfers, Travis Logie, Frankie Oberholzer, David Weir and Greg Emsley, as they contest semi-final number 1 of the Lizzard Pro. Into surfing action, semi-final number 1. At the top of your screen, Frankie Oberholzer and Travis Logie. Nice split screen action there. You can see the forehand surfing of Frankie Oberholzer at the top versus the backhand approach of Travis Logie, the ISA World Champion, and another 2 natural footers contesting semi-final number 1. David Weir with his electric surfing, along with the World Championship Tour experience of Greg Emsley. These guys are contesting out semi number 1. You might be watching pro surfing in 2003, but remember there's roots and there's a history to where surfing was and where it's come from. We found Baron Stander at the Time Warp Surfing Museum just across from the new Pier, and he gave us a little bit of a story of his own.
The surfing contest scene is so big now, but in the early 50s we never had any contests, and then we started. And they were quite different because what we used to do on those big South African Hawaiian boards, solid wood, hollowed wood, 3.5 meters long, we used to firstly go across the road at South Beach buy 2 quarts of beer each, get to the beach, paddle out on the board, sit around in a circle, open the beers, talk the talk, and then you fill your empty bottles with seawater, put them on the tip of the nose of the surfboard, and the first one who could make it back to the beach without dropping these bottles is the winner. And there he is.
Well, how much the sport of pro surfing has progressed. The only bottles now are the ones full of champagne that the winners pop. And let's join the men's final.
The waves are looking really tricky, so I'm just going to have to pray I get them.
Any tactics?
Not really, you know. You just got to basically try to get, you know, your 2 best counting waves, so just try to wait for the good ones. In these sort of waves, any one of us could take the final out. It's just really tricky waves, and it's whoever gets the best waves. All great surfers. So.
Well, all the finalists are great surfers. And first up and riding is David Weir. Frankie Arberholzer with a quick wave as well. Travis Logie. These are all great surfers. Greg Emsley, we just spoke to him before the final. The surfing action was thick and fast with the emphasis on progressive surfing. Watch for the aerials. There goes Frankie with his one. And David Weir with probably the heat winner. Travis Logie with powerful surfing on the backhand. The judges had lots to digest. What action at the Lizzard Pro, one of the most highly rated finals of the year thus far. With the emphasis being on progressive surfing, that's where David Weir would edge out the competition. So David Weir is the winner of the Lizzard Pro. Travis Logie, the ISA World Champion, has to settle as runner-up. Tamaris Walters, the much-deserving winner with that 7.65 ride. Jessica Matthews will be the runner-up for 2003. Join us on the podium. So the Lizzard Pro, time to crown the champions, time to wrap up a great weekend of surfing at the Durban beachfront. It's event 2 of the Pro Surf Tour for 2003, and we are about to crown the champions. Very good surfing from every level, especially the ladies division, who have taken the level of surfing in South Africa and turned it up a notch. Great surfing though. Sarah Johnson will have to settle for 4th place, not quite stringing those good rides together. But Tamaris Walters takes out the Lizzie Pro final. She has beaten Jessica Matthews, the up-and-comer from Durban, and she is the proud taker of the check for 2,000 Rand and hangs on to those valuable points for the Pro Surf Tour for 2003. Now time to crown the men's champions. This level of surfing was unbelievable, with Greg Emsley fresh off the World Championship Tour to show the South African lads how it is. But Travis Logie and David Weir would set the standard, with David Weir being the champion, ousting out the ISA World Champion Travis Logie. Big smiles all round from Davey Weir, and rightly so. He is a deserved winner of the 2003 Lizzard Surf Pro.